Alright, so if you guys are watching this video, you probably have the same question as me. SMG, how do I prepare for the update that's coming out in a few hours on a Rise crossover? Well, don't worry, I'm going to be going over every single thing that you are probably going to be needing, so then that way, when the update drops, you can max it out. So I'm not going to waste your guys' time. Feel free to hit that like and subscribe button if you do want to see more. And without further ado, let's jump right into this. Alright, so first things first, what is the main thing that you should grind? Well, I'm gonna be honest. For this update, you are definitely going to be needing a pretty strong weapon. Now, in this case right now, I have an S rank scythe, or should I say draconic axes, but do keep in mind, do you need an S rank with sharpness 8? No. Probably, in my opinion, you'd need around a B rank with like sharpness 7 or 8. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is that as long as you are doing relatively around 100 quadrillion damage, then you should be good, because what you want to do is, once you get a good weapon, right, and you're able to defeat the bosses and stuff in the Dragon Ball world at a relatively good pace, then pretty much from there, all you want to do is focus on grinding up as much money as possible. Like, for example, right now I have 8 quintillion money and as well 420 quadrillion coins. However, I'm going to be honest, I don't think it's going to be enough, because keep in mind, when the new world drops, right, because it has been confirmed that there is going to be a new island, it is of course going to be having a bunch of new weapons and stuff. Now, how expensive those weapons are going to be, I don't know, but my best guess is going to be that the best one is probably going to be at least in the quintillions. So for that reason, you might as well get started on, grinding out money. And oh yeah, by the way, keep in mind, if you don't want to spend money on like getting a good sword, for example, let's say you don't want to waste money getting yourself a high-tiered twin draconic axes, well, you could technically just grind straight away for the legendary blades of this world. Since yes, if you guys didn't already know, there is a legendary sword, and all you have to do is when a Dragon Ball Island dungeon themed whatever opens up, it's a low chance to drop. You can get it, and I mean, hey, if you were to get sharpness 7 or 8 on this, the DPS should technically be around probably over 100 quadrillion. So yeah, in my books, this is a very, very cheap way to get enough DPS, so then that's where you're prepared for the update. But anyways, once you guys are done with, focusing on collecting money and whatnot, and let's say you have a good solid amount, the next step on our list is probably going to be heading back on over to the leveling island, and more specifically doing a little bit of a grinding session. Now, what I mean by that is, you guys know how the Infernal Castle spawns over here, right? Pretty much what you want to do is, when you're strong enough, get yourself to floor 25, and then from there, all you want to do is focus on doing it over and over. Since yes, when you get to floor 25, there is a checkpoint, and then with that checkpoint, you can go ahead and farm this specific unit over and over, the Weasel, which when you take her out, there are 3 things you're going to get from this. 1, tickets. You're going to be getting around 2 to 3 tickets every single time you defeat her. So let's say if you're able to do this over and over 20 times, then yeah, you're going to be getting 40 to 60 tickets. But hey, that's not the only thing. You know what else you can get? Dust. Dust is going to be really, really important, especially when you get the new weapon. You're going to want to upgrade it and get sharpness 8 and blazing and all those good enchants. For example, from the grinding that I've done on this boss, I have managed to get full amounts of dust in every single rarity, meaning that no matter what sword I get, whether it's common, rare, or legendary, I have, I don't know, like 20 rolls on it. Even if it's like costing 100 enchanting essence per roll, I still have a bunch of chances to get really, really good enchants. I guess all that leaves now is the third and final thing that you can get from this little mini grinding session, and that is going to be a G rank version of the units. Now, I'm going to be honest with you all, I've done like 6 or 7 of these whole runs, meaning I've done 7 hours straight, and I haven't gotten a singular G rank. However, for all you know, if you were to grind instead of me, you might get lucky on your first or second try. And just to let you know, by the way, this is what a G rank 0 looks like at, max level 300. If we were to get this singular Weasel, right, put her G rank and then put her at 300, as you guys can see, she's going to be doing triple the damage that a G0 does, and as well, I mean, just have a look at the old damage, it's really good. So yeah, make sure that you are doing everything in your power to do this Infernal Castle as well. So when the Infernal Castle isn't open, you grind money and gems. When it opens up, you just set your spawn over here, run in, TP to the floor 25 checkpoint, take out the Weasel boss, leave the game, come back, and you just repeat the process over and over until you're pretty much maxed out. And then from there, you might as well move on to the final tip of this video, which is going to be the guilds. Now, what is so special about the guilds? Well, you do need to try and get yourself in a guild as soon as possible if you haven't already. And the reason for that is because some of the guilds, right, they have some really good upgrades. For example, my guild right now, it has more shadow range, more shadow boost damage, and as well more shadow slots, meaning that yes, by being in a guild, you are going to be getting more equip slots, more damage, more stuff that's going to be making you more OP. So yeah, if I were you, when you are strong enough, join the Arise Discord server. Then from there, go to the game grind section, see if any guilds are open up. I mean, I'm sure you could probably get in one really easily, especially if you're really strong. So yeah, when you go ahead and get yourself in a guild, just make sure the upgrades are decent, because if they're not decent, then you're joining for nothing. In fact, actually, now that I'm speaking about upgrades, we actually have enough gems in order to upgrade a little bit. So let's upgrade this a few times, because you know, why not? And then as well, let's increase the shadow range, because you know, why not? Actually, now that I think about it, there is technically one more tip that I could tell you guys. Now, this tip is once again a very simple concept, and that is going to be make sure you get the highest rank you can potentially get. And the reason that I'm saying that is, listen, the ranks aren't just like visual things, right? It's not just like oh, it's like, you know, it's above my head, it looks cool. No, it actually gives you boosts. And to be specific, these are the boosts that they are going to be giving you. For example, if you get E rank, it's a 5% boost. Now, of course, if you're watching this video, you aren't E rank, but if you were to, let's say, be able to get G rank or N rank, trust me, it will go insane. Now, of course, I'm sure you guys might be wondering, alright, SMG, how do I get my rank higher? Well, if I'm not mistaken, the DPS needed to get N rank is like 40 QA, whilst N plus rank is like 400 QA. But hey, once again, it is a very simple answer. So you guys remembered, you know, the legendary swords? You know, these Leviathan blades over here? Well, did you know there is technically a way to get them easily? Now, what exactly am I talking about? Well, did you know that when you go ahead and, for example, let's say you do a dragon dungeon with a bunch of other people, it's A rank, you barely did any damage, but you were able to take out some of the mini guys? Well, yeah, when you go ahead and do that, you can get yourself a dragon rune. Now, what's awesome about these runes is that when an E rank dungeon opens up, right? Let's say it's an E rank of, let's say, the very first world, the solo level city. Well, you could actually go ahead, use this rune, turn it into a dragon dungeon, and then there will be a mix of the solo leveling enemies and as well the dragon enemies, but they will all drop the same loot. Yeah, that's right, you could be fighting people from this island, you know, the one that barely has over 100k HP, and you could still get a sword as broken as this. So yeah, make sure you try your best at getting these dragon runes as fast as possible. For example, when you're grinding with other people, maybe you're in a public server, you just type in chat saying, hey guys, dragon dungeon, A rank for example, who wanna come? And then yeah, or that's all you have to do. Some people will probably come, and then yeah, you get the dragon runes, use them on an E rank on a really easy world, and then from there you are relaxing and chilling. But anyways, just like that, you now know every single tips and tricks that you're going to need in order to prepare for the Arise crossover update. If any of you have any questions, whether maybe I wasn't clear on a certain point or maybe you just have another different method that you're not sure about, then do feel free to ask me down in the comments, because trust me, I have a lot of extra time on my hands, okay? If you guys have any questions, I'll be more than glad to help. But anyways, apart from that though, I am going to get to grinding because, you know, I'm going to actually use my own methods, you know, I'm not capping on them. So let the money grinding begin, and yeah, I guess I'll see you guys probably sometime tomorrow morning. Oh, actually, wait, no, never mind. I think it's at 5 PM. Yeah, whatever time the update is going to be, I'll catch you guys then.